Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to your reading for January 16th through the 22nd. It is a very busy week astrologically speaking. We just had Mars move direct. We have Mercury moving direct this week. We also have Uranus stationing direct. The Sun's moving into Aquarius. We have a new moon happening in Aquarius, and it's a Cassimi new moon. And I did actually do videos for that. It's very powerful new moon and an opportunity because it kicks off that next lunar cycle there of the water rabbit. And so energy is definitely shifting into the opportunity to create and manifest. Wow, you have some really interesting cards. I want to say that if you have Libra strong in your chart, they had many of these same cards. Also, Aries did too. So check and see if those resonate for you. They're in different positions though. So, well, this one's the same place though that I found the one in Libra. Interesting. You have the card of the duck for your overall energy. All right. The duck says you can move through tricky situations with ease. The duck is also about, they'll be gliding along, but underneath, their feet are working really hard. And so I feel like there's a lot of below the surface work going on with you, a chance to really get into your intuition this week, especially as we come to a new moon and we all are supposed to be bringing our energy in. I think that if you're willing to dive a little deeper, they will dive into the water to find, fish or whatever. But it's more like diving for sustenance. And so I almost feel like if the deeper you're willing to dive to get to the spiritual truths or the realities that serve you, I think that you will notice a big change comes through with that, a lot of information that comes through. It's really important that you not worry about what other people say, like water off a duck's back, just let it roll off, right? Not everybody is going to be in flow with you the way you are, and you are about to undergo a major transformation over the next couple of years as Saturn moves through your sign. He gets there on March 7th, so we're ticking down the time to get there. And you could probably feel his approach coming, right? And so Saturn and Pisces wants you to create a structure around your dreams. And so using this energy this week to get really clear on what it is that you want to start creating. And so being willing to dive deep into your dreams, into your subconscious, to really figure out what is of value to you and what really matters to you and what is it you want to manifest and create. Your overall energy here is a card of clarity. It is the Ace of Scrolls or the Ace of Swords here, but this is you calling in the magic. And you could see the new moon happening up there in the corner if you look really closely to this card. And you'll notice the keys. And these keys here, they're the keys of wisdom and knowledge. Gathered over lifetimes, they're telling me. Things that you know on a very subconscious level. If you're willing to dive deep, you will be able to get to this information. So I really want to encourage creating time either by walking in nature or long baths or meditation, and allow yourself to really get to this energy where you can just be open to receiving messages. And I think that being open to receiving messages and being willing to be creative, this is a year where once Jupiter moves into Taurus, creativity is really going to kick off for a lot of people. And so for you to get there, you're going to have to be willing to make the choice and the decision to do so, which has been a bit of a struggle here with this Ace of Mirrors or Ace of Cups. This is what you put out into the world is poured back and reflected back to you. And so that's been a bit of a struggle, and I think it becomes necessary for you to determine and decide what it is that you want so that you can get it, right? So really focus on that, to make some very conscious choices. And so here in the key of the situation, we have the 9 of Spirals. And this is the winds blowing and the compass here and changing direction. And so you can feel the change coming. You can feel it. The 9 means we're almost to the 10, right? You can feel the winds of change blowing and the direction is changing, and there's the magic. Again, the crows. So the magic is being called in. The key is being willing to move with the flow. When a duck is flying, gets there faster when he's flying with the wind than against it, right? So it's the same as when you're in the water. If you're in the flow of the current, you move with ease. The thing that's been sapping your energy here is this Eight of Mirrors, and I find that really interesting. Eight of Mirrors is understanding that this is really looking at the reflection of how you've gotten to where you've gotten through the interactions that you've had with others through the years, right? What we put out in the world, we receive back. And so this is a journey. This is an inner journey where we, especially with, gosh, I was having Jupiter and Neptune still there being in your sign. There's been a lot of deep reflective energy, and it's exhausting. And I think it's interesting that the Ace is the one that's the struggle. And so I feel like doing this reflecting process, a lot of it has not been fun, but it's been doable. But there's one thing that's got you hung up. And if you can release this one, if you can look this one in the eye and allow yourself to see the beauty and the gift that came from it, then you reach the 9. And that's fulfillment, right? That's happiness and that's joy. That's what you're moving toward. And so I almost feel like there's just go a little deeper this weekend and really get yourself to where you want to go, because here we have the card of the healer up here in what you're seeking knowledge on. And so this is the Page of Mirrors. So again, this is all this emotional energy here in the kind of like the past energy. It's what you're working on. It's what you're working toward. And here, if you allow the winds of change to come in, the action step you have is this 3 of Mirrors. There's the peace, the lion and the lamb laying down there. This is the community where you feel at home and you feel comfortable, right? And there's these 3 ducks here. Oh, one of them's diving down. I've never noticed that before. Look, and he's diving down to get a heart, right? He's diving down into the soul of something to seek that thing that he desires most. And so this beautiful opportunity for peace and joy. And this new year that's coming in, the Lunar New Year, is about peace and prosperity. And so is the lion and the lamb. And so the action to take is to determine and decide what it is that you want that gets you there. In the area of what to transform, it's a card of balance, but it's also the card to choose to move forward. The bear is financial security, that spirit guiding you and protecting you. And it's a very small but definite space that needs to be crossed over. And so this is about trusting and about having the balance and the courage to move forward, the courage to choose to move in a new direction. Because here, the outgoing card you have is this choice, the 7 of Scrolls, taking your knowledge and wisdom and using it to decide which door to open. And there's a need to really find your sense of trust in the divine to select where to make the right next best step. In the area of resources, you've got the sun shining on you. It just really doesn't get any better than that. So the sun, this is illumination. This is joy. This is happiness. This is courage. This is strength, right? And this is opportunity. Lots of opportunity. In the heart space, you've got the Page of Spirals, the Page of Wands, the desire. And again, he's on a rock, this time with a little ram. But what seems like a big rock, it's really just a little one. Totally doable. So this is like more like the energy of the Fool, of being willing to take the chance, to take the risk, to open the door. Which, by the way, you have the keys right here. There's 2 keys, and they're connected. And so I almost feel like it's not so much about which is the right door. It's just that you have to move. You can't stay where you are on something. You've got to move forward. There is no wrong answer unless you choose to be stuck. I think being stuck is the wrong answer. Oh, talking about courage, right? So at the beginning of the week, we've got the moon in Scorpio, and then it goes into Sagittarius, and you have the card of Valiant Courage. Take action with passion. Little Page of Wands here. Oh, answering the call. The time is now. Oh my God, look at this shape of that door. How do they not look like you pick a door and you just go through it? You have the keys in your hand. Answering the call, the time is now. The only wrong answer is to stay suspended in air. That's the only wrong answer. Whatever decision you make, whatever direction you move in, it's just important that you move. It's just important that you move. So the moon is going to be in Capricorn Thursday and Friday. The sun's going to move into Aquarius on Friday. We get this beautiful lunar earth trine going on. This is a good day for brainstorming Friday, by the way. So you have here, what action do you take? We have like this phoenix energy here. It says, sever the vows of poverty. You can feel poor in relationships. You can feel poor financially. The sun is shining here, by the way. Anything that you feel poor in, where you feel like, oh, things don't work out for me. Stop saying that, because that's why they don't work out for you, honestly. Things always work out for me. I am a lucky person. Those things work better. So there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Boy, are we talking to Pisces or what? Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. So often we are tripping over this mirror energy from previous lifetimes. And there's this one last thing. And it feels like severing this vow of poverty. So for instance, maybe in a previous lifetime, you took a vow of poverty and you entered into the religious life, right? Well, that vow is hanging in there, and all you need to do is just get yourself a piece of red thread, designate it as your vow of poverty, take a pair of scissors, cut it, and then stick it in a candle and burn it. Done. Seriously. If you want to do magic, you can do that, right? It is asking Archangel Michael to come in and to cut cords. There's so many ways to do it, but one of the most important ways to do it is to stop saying it, right? To stop saying that, because then you just create a new vow. Stop doing that. So, for instance, my father-in-law, he would say, well, every time money comes in, it just goes out. Okay, well, that's how his life went. And it took me a while to figure out, that's not the way to think about it at all. And so I always think, I always have more than enough and there's more on the way. And that has always been true. But this year I've decided, and you may or may not know I have a Pisces moon, I've decided that that's not what I want to say anymore. What I want to say is I live in abundance in all of the highest forms. And so I'm transitioning too. And so you're welcome to use that. I live in abundance in all of the highest forms. So that would be abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance financially. And I choose to use the word in all the highest forms because I don't want to live in abundance of weight. Right? So I kind of had to be careful about that. Every word is designed to be positive and uplifting and limitless. I live in abundance. There's no limit to abundance in all its highest forms. You also have the card of the quiet retreat. We have a new moon, and when there is a new moon, everybody should just be pulling their energy in and taking some time, in particular this weekend. I can totally tell you that is completely appropriate way to use this energy, especially it's like a semi new moon, so it happens at 3:53 p.m. Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. So half hour before, and then all the way through the weekend, because it's best to try to do this after the new moon. Not necessary, just energy flows better. And if you're working with energy, then that would be how you do it. But there's never a bad time to make a good choice for yourself. So if you have to do it in the morning because that's the only time you have, then you do that, right? I mean, it's okay. So it's time to disconnect from the outer world so you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this space and quiet time for yourself, and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Do that for yourself. Give yourself the gift of a little bit of quiet this weekend. Do it with a notepad, pen. If you pull tarot cards for yourself or oracle cards, grab a good couple of decks. Have a conversation with Spirit and figure out where it is that you want to go. Ooh, I love this. So here we have this Three of Mirrors, this Three of Cups, right? This peaceful with friendship and companionship energy. And, this new Lunar New Year is the year of the rabbit. And we have a little bunny rabbit sitting here on top of this unicorn. I love it. All right, so friendship. Seek out your soul family. Surround yourself with positive people. Spend more time socializing. So pull your energy in, do your quiet retreat, and then allow yourself to step out and step onto the new path and with a group of people that are really a lot more fun for you. So this energy, this is Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, by the way. Monday the 23rd, very productive energy. But I think this is more like that Aquarius time. And so I want to say that, while the sun is in Aquarius, taking the time to really try to do a little bit more socializing, although I have to say that if you're a Pisces rising, it is your 12th house, and you may not be up to it, and that's okay. You work with your energy. That's your job. All right. You guys take great care. I did do new moon readings. So for you, Pisces, you're a water sign. Yours will be out on Thursday. And I hope that you find value in it. You guys take good care. I'm on Facebook every day. I'll talk to you soon.